did get me the good stuff. That is some husband you got there. Welcome. Happy Sunday, everybody. On my side is my sister from another mister, Chrissy. We were just discussing her wonderful husband, aka my best friend, who got us a Riesling from Rancho Sisquoc, another local winery. Today, we're doing Arancini, or rice balls, out of the Soprano family cookbook. You've been wanting to do this one for a while.
Dude, it's rice, it's flavor, it's fried.
It's cheese,
it's beef. I'm super stoked. And I've only had it, I haven't had it with the filling, so this will be really interesting to have.
And you know what's funny is the line that Carmela says is,
but it was the food, Maney. Everybody raved about it. Cynthia Ricci said, oh, I just love those little rice balls, like she never had arancini before.
well, I actually haven't had this before. It kind of goes with the line that Carmela says. So anyways, it's in stages. So we do filling first, and then rice, and then fry. So up here right now, all we have is the filling stage. Some olive oil, some chopped up peeled tomatoes, chicken broth, onion, and garlic. I decided to save a bowl and put them in the same one because they're going to go in at the same time. Frozen peas, salt and pepper. I actually am going to remember this time. And of course, 8 ounces of ground beef that I got from Woody's Butcher Block. Oh, I thought that was going to be such a cool reveal, but I forgot about the inner layer here. There we go. Beautiful, nice, lean ground beef, courtesy of Woody's Butcher Block in Santa Maria. So we're supposed to put in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Normally I have everything pre-measured out and beautiful. Figured we're going to eyeball this anyways, right? The next is
Garlic onion.
garlic and onion. Oh, that's sizzle sound. So it said 1 small onion. I'm not a big onion guy to begin with, so I took the small onion, and when I chopped half of it, I was like, that's enough. Cooking a recipe is a suggestion. Make differences, you know, we just got done filming the escarole and bean soup episode from a couple weeks back. Link in the description to check it out. I hope I remember to put the link in the description.
You will when you edit this video.
I will when I edit this video. And you know, it's supposed to be escarole soup, but I couldn't find it, so I Google searched good substitute for escarole. So we use kale. Well, let me tell you, kale has never tasted so good as it was in that soup. I mean, putting garlic and cheese in something always helps. But anyways, so this recipe calls for a whole small onion. Small's a relative term. Use as much onion as you want. It also said only use 1 clove of garlic, but as we all know, I'm of the opinion that the only time you ever use 1 clove of garlic is in a recipe on how to cook a half clove of garlic.
Yep. All right, we're getting toasty over here.
Okay, so you'll do this for about 5 minutes until the onion is soft, and then we add the beef to the skillet. Thank you, Tim. This is also normally where I would thank Erica, but she wasn't in today when I got the beef, so thank you, Alyssa. Don't you love how little fat that was?
Oh yeah.
I mean, normally I like fat, but in this recipe, actually, the leanness I think is toward.
The lean is going to be for benefit, because then we don't want it to be super runny in the middle and have all that grease, or have to strain it and pat it dry and all that.
All right, next step. I'm going to set the wine down. I don't see why. Chrissy's doing most of the work. I'll go ahead and pour it since I didn't set the wine down. Pour in les tomatoes. We're actually using less tomatoes than the recipe calls for, but you have to simmer down the juice anyways, and so we figured, let's just keep to this. So it's gonna reduce the amount of time that we have to simmer it, in theory, anyways. The book says simmer for 30 minutes if you're using the full amount of tomatoes. We're going to be keeping our eye on it and not doing the full 30 minutes. But at this point, we just bring it to a simmer, and then we will be adding, oh wait.
Salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper. I didn't forget this time. I came really close. Now simmer, and then we'll come back with the peas. Any drug dealers out there, do you ever use the saffron containers? Because
I mean, these would be perfect.
they're brilliant.
And then you have these to kind of protect it.
So as expected, that was way less than 30 minutes. So at this point, we've added the peas, and they'll cook for about 5 minutes or so, and then the filling is done. And then we move on to the rice. The heat is off on the filling. We've got it off to the side to start cooling down. And now we're gonna switch over and we're gonna start making the rice. Real quick, great reason to cook with a friend. They'll catch you when you're messing up. But also you should read a recipe in its entirety before you start, because I almost threw away 4 perfectly good egg whites. And Chrissy was like, whoa, 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 we need the egg whites. And I was like, what? And then I realized, oh, the next step requires the egg whites. So
Yep.
she's gonna, oh, you're doing the shell trick.
Do the shell trick. So,
The shell trick. I mean,
whenever you have an egg shell when you're making scrambled eggs, the best thing to use is the shell itself.
personally, I like to use my hands ever so gently.
But then the yolk gets stuck to your hands and you're moving out some egg whites there.
Also true. All right, so there's our 4 egg whites. So now the ingredients for stage 2, I just got my shirt in water. The ingredients for stage 2, 4 egg yolk, some Parmesan and some Romano cheese, medium grain rice, which was such a pain for me to find. I was looking for a little tiny small bag of it. All I could find were those giant UN-sized bags that they dropped from the helicopters to third world countries. And then 5 cups chicken broth, some butter, and
Precious beloved.
some gold, pretty much. This little jar, which only has a teaspoon in it, saffron, costs like $20. So anyways, here's my half a teaspoon of saffron that we better not spill. And now we go into rice making mode. Add broth, bring to boil. I can't believe how much saffron is. I'd rather cook with gasoline right now than saffron.
Ew.
As far as price wise.
Saffron is in, safe and sound.
Seriously, these little containers of saffron comes in perfect for drugs.
No, it's my saffron. My saffron.
It's my saffron, officer. It's my saffron. Let's see if my roommate wants some.
Keep that in the video.
All right, so we got the chicken broth boiling, as well as the saffron. We're gonna add in the rice and the butter, more salt. Bring it down to low and cover. And it's gonna be doing this about 18 minutes. So we've hit the point of the process where we're gonna go ahead and just take it off the heat, let it cool down. We're gonna put it in this bowl so it cools down faster. And then add the egg yolk, which will help bind it. But after it cools down, because like we learned with the crème anglaise, if you put in egg into something that's hot, you're just gonna get a weird tasting scrambled eggs.
You guys don't seem to be.
Mm-hmm. Filling's amazing.
So hot.
Way too much, didn't you? I knew it!
I didn't even blow on it. I forgot to. And I was like, too late now.
I saw
Oh,
It's on.
woo! I feel it burning my
it.
esophagus.
It was bad, but it was also really funny.
Worth it. Worth it.
Thank God I was rolling.
Ah, shit.
Very good.
Okay, so back to that whole read the whole recipe through. When we pulled the heat off, we were supposed to add in the cheese at that point. We didn't. And then you saw us put the rice in here to cool it down faster. Well, we decided it's getting late. We want to eat these things. Let's cool it down even faster. And so we spread it out into this pan. so we get more surface and more air would hit it, and so it would reduce the temperature faster. It did that, so we're just gonna go ahead and add the cheese on top now as we put it back into the bowl so we can blend it in with the egg yolk. Cheese it up at this point. Also, you might notice the pot is on the stove. This rice tastes so good and amazing. I was like, hey, we still have saffron left. We still have chicken broth left. Let's go ahead and cook some so that I can nibble on it while we're waiting for the actual result.
And I didn't say no, because I fully support his life decisions.
I'm probably gonna skip ahead. The point is, we're putting this into the bowl and then we'll add the yolks. See, it worked. And I'm totally all up in here with my hands that are washed and clean. I love using my hands when cooking.
There we go.
Poke, poke, poke. Yolks are broken. Let's review. Going to use a 1/3 cup of rice and a tablespoon of filling to make the balls. Never fails. Timer always goes off when I'm talking. So we're gonna do all the balls at once. We're gonna do them all at once. We're gonna assemble all the balls at one time, and then they have to go into the fridge to get fry ready.
Yeah, the recipe says that put them in the fridge so that way they have time to dry out, and then, you know, when we coat them in the flour, the egg white mixture, and the breadcrumbs, we can just plop them right in the oil.
Supposedly, the recipe book says we get 18 of these. I am skeptical.
So-
Don't think that's big enough for
Well,
a
let's-
tablespoon's worth.
Let's see what we got here. So we go like that, put that in there, top it with a piece of provolone.
Yeah, that's
That's the key, and then try to squish it a little bit easier.
not gonna happen. All right, this is gonna be the mega one. We gotta make all the others smaller than this.
You get a fork and a cup out.
Again, when cooking recipes, you can adjust as needed.
Quality check the cheese.
And cue time lapse. As you can see, I have foamed up the egg whites, and the rice balls have had some time to cool down, and we put them in the fridge for a little bit to try to get rid of some of the extra moisture, because we don't want a whole lot of moisture as we try to fry these things. So now, we take a pie pan and fill it with plain breadcrumbs, and also, we need the flour. Yeah, and then another pie pan with flour in it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we got a pan out, a barking dog outside, and some vegetable oil. We'll get the vegetable oil up to frying temperature. I need to evolve extra arms.
You got two right here.
Yes. For the remainder of tonight's performance, the part of Chrissy Bixby will be played by her understudy and husband, Matthew Bixby. I think you're not in shot. So we take out the balls, put them in flour, egg wash, breadcrumb, set them aside. Now, since you guys have an air fryer, which I love air fryers,
Okay.
but the book calls for regular frying, experiment time. We're gonna try to fill this up as best it can, and
See what happens.
we'll do some in here and do a compare and contrast. I figure we probably fit like 6 of them in here, the smaller 6, and then do the rest the traditional way. We coat. All right. Oh, the foaminess.
So good.
It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting like I've put stuff in egg white before. Oh, I think the oil's ready. Your hands are nimbler.
Nimbler.
Game on, Batman versus Nightwing.
If these get messed up, I'm blaming both of you.
What a coincidence. We were planning on blaming you.
This wouldn't have happened if you were there.
Exactly.
Suck less.
Be here.
Do better. Be better.
Show up.
What are these? Are you guys just reading motivational posters? We're gonna break into a round of anything you could do, I could do better. So those
I
five,
can do anything better than you.
you don't even remember the lyrics apparently. Alright, that one's definitely gonna take longer. So the great thing about air fryers is it's oilless cooking, but oil tends to cook fast. So since the air fryer is cooking off of air, it's a longer process. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one started.
Okay. We're going to get the rest of those into the oil in a minute.
I'm gonna say tree fitty. We'll try 15 minutes, which is pure speculation because I have no information on how long it'll actually take. Italian hush puppies are in the works. For every one that you add in, the oil is going to lose temperature. Okay, so at this point, cook until golden brown, which should be 3 to 5 minutes. These are burnt. Well, this one is burnt. But you're not color deficient. Tell me when they're not golden. Well, tell me when they're golden brown. Ah!
Oil's too hot.
Oil is hot. Some of these have better sides than others. Like people.
Think of it as a friendly reminder that cooking is a process.
Yeah, this is by far the fastest part of making these. Everything else has been, gosh, Chrissy, well, we've been at this for like 2 hours now, it seems like. 3 maybe.
Hurry up and wait. It's like being at the airport.
Being in the military. Hurry up, wait.
Nope.
Boom.
Air fryer done.
Game time. Okay. So,
For the record, those came out pretty dang good, at least appearance-wise.
definitely a drier look to them.
Yep.
So, there's how that one turned out.
Air fryer.
Oh,
Whoa. Yeah, definitely drier.
much drier. That just went.
Crumbled.
Yeah. So here we have oil fried. Here we have the dry fried, air fried. Definitely drier on the outside, but the inside seems way more gooey with the cheese factor.
Oh, we're doing it by hand? Okay.
Yeah, why? Get your hands in there.
Let's do it.
Which do you feel like doing first?
I'll do air fried.
Air fried it is. So let's go with air fried first.
Make it happen.
That provolone is so gooey and melty and delicious.
Very crispy surface for sure.
This is really, I mean, traditional fry is going to have to be pretty impressive to beat it. Guy Fieri moment. Too much stuff in mouth, trying to talk.
So far, really solid flavor all around. Air fryer can definitely do the job. Crispy on the outside, definitely lends some dryness to the surface. So that's going to be the thing to see how the traditional oil frying does. That's going to be the difference.
See that difference. Looking like the same result. I mean,
Yeah.
but the outside has the moisture of the greasiness of the oil.
So we'll see.
That's pretty good.
I think that's better.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is one of those cases where fat tastes better than healthy, but healthy is still a really good option in this case.
There you go.
So the healthy people who prefer an air fryer, you're still gonna be happy with the end result.
Totally.
I am. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed watching. Try it out for yourself. Hit me up on my social medias that should be scrolling at the bottom. Try this for yourself. I know it was a lot of work. It took a while, but I'm very much enjoying these bites. Send me your pictures. Let me know how it turned out for you. Until next week, have a great week. Manja.
Manja.